Hello everyone, Riley here with the T-Storm Chasers. We will jump into our weather video in just a moment, but first here is a word from our friends at Cube Portable Storage.
What are you doing?
Decluttering?
Moving? Remodeling? In need of temporary storage, emergency cleanup, or just need to declutter? Cube Portable Storage has the perfect solution. Rent your Cube Portable Storage container today.
And don't forget, they got roll-off dumpsters for the other stuff. Call Cube Storage for all your moving needs.
All right, good morning everyone. Happy Wednesday out there. Today is March 18th, 2026, and let's dive into today's weather video. Taking a look firstly at our regional map, and as you can see, we are pretty quiet out there. We don't see anything on the radar this morning. The closest hit of moisture you're going to find is over in Montana. And temperature-wise, we are off to a more mild start. The past few days, we've been pretty cold out there since Saturday. We've been pretty cold out there, but we are turning the page now, and we'll dive into what's ahead in the forecast here in just a moment. First, temperatures, current temperatures right now, we're at 27 in Sioux Falls, we're at 21 in Watertown, 25 in Aberdeen, we're at 30 in Huron. Now, if you go out to the west, we are already pretty warm. We're at 45 in Pierre, 48 in Rapid City, 54 already out in Spearfish, 39 in Buffalo. So, you go out farther west and it's quite a bit warmer already. We're at 41 in Valentine, 43 in North Platte, 46 in Chadron, 45 in Grand Island, and 34 in Omaha. Into Iowa, we're in the 20s and 30s. We're at 30 in Des Moines, 27 in Cedar Rapids, 30 in Fort Dodge, 21 in Mason City. Up into Minnesota, we are at 27 in Minneapolis, 34 in Marshall, 25 in St. Cloud, 32 in Fairmont. Overall, again, we are turning the page to some warmer weather, and we'll get to that story here in just a moment. All right, we're going to get back to our weather video in just a moment, but first, any sponsorship opportunities out there, we are looking for sponsors. So if you are interested in partnering with T-Storm Chasers and becoming a sponsor with us, feel free to reach out to us on our Facebook page or any of our social platforms, as well as our email or phone number. And we're also launching our new weather call system that is available now. Highly recommend, sign up. It's $15 for a whole year, and you get life-saving phone calls from us here at T-Storm Chasers. It is a GPS-based system, so any warnings that are issued in your area during severe weather events such as tornadoes, severe weather, and flood events, any warnings that are issued for your immediate area, you will receive a phone call within seconds from us at T-Storm Chasers, giving you guys life-saving information. If you're interested, sign up today. Go to the website at tscalert.org. Now let's get back to the video. So we are turning the page to warmer weather and have a look at the map for today. This is temperatures across the region today. We are going to be close to 50 degrees in Sioux Falls, which is about our average high for this time of the year. 40s in the east, 50s and 60s out to the west, even some 70s. Rapid City could be in the mid-70s. We're looking at 77 today for Rapid City and a very warm forecast out west. And that warm air is only going to move east. As we go through tomorrow, have a look. It's even better out there. It's even warmer. Have a look at some of these numbers. We're in the 40s and 50s in Iowa and Minnesota and eastern South Dakota. Now, Sioux Falls, it looks like tomorrow, today it's kind of benchmarks. Today we're looking at around 50 degrees for Sioux Falls. Tomorrow we're looking at around 60 degrees in Sioux Falls. And Friday and Saturday are just going to keep getting warmer. Friday we could hit 70. Saturday we could be close to 80. So we're kind of hitting these benchmarks each and every day. We're getting warmer. Now, you go out west and look at some of these numbers, 70s and 80s widespread across western Nebraska, western South Dakota. Rapid City could hit 80 degrees tomorrow. And if you think that is warm, just wait. Have a look at Friday. Again, Sioux Falls could hit the 70s on Friday. Widespread 60s and 70s across the region, and even 80-degree weather returning to the forecast, especially down in Nebraska. It looks like Nebraska is going to be the warmest, widespread 80s. And then look what happens on Saturday. Look at some of these numbers. near 80 degrees in Sioux Falls. I think we could be close. It just depends on how much snow melts. If we still have some snow out there, we probably won't hit 80, but if we melt the snow quick enough, there's a chance we could hit 80 in Sioux Falls. Rapid City could hit 80 on Saturday. And looks like widespread 80s across Nebraska, even a 90-degree reading in North Platte, Nebraska. Could hit 90 on Saturday. So we are looking at an extremely warm pattern. I mean, this is like a June forecast. When you really look at this, this is more typical for June, not March. But once we get towards Sunday, once we finish out the weekend, it does look like we are going to start to come back down to reality. We're going to cool back down starting on Sunday with temperatures returning to the 30s and 40s for a large chunk of the area. There's probably going to be some 50-degree weather hanging around, maybe out towards Rapid City, maybe down south into Nebraska and Iowa. Sioux Falls will be in the upper 40s, it looks like, on Sunday. And then on Monday, we're going to slowly warm back up just a little bit. We're talking 50s and 60s widespread across the region, maybe even some 40s in eastern South Dakota into Minnesota and Iowa. But overall, about where we should be for this time of the year. 40s and 50s for this time of the year is about normal. Now, once we head into early next week, it does look like we are going to rebound slightly. As we head into Tuesday of next week, widespread 50s across the region, and then 60s and 70s out to the west. So overall, we're looking at a very warm, very mild pattern for weather ahead for temperatures. So if you like the warmer weather, you're going to love this forecast. And now let's take a look at your future radar. And as we head into your day today, again, we're looking at dry weather overall. We are not seeing anything. Now, tomorrow, again, we're warming things up, so we're in a dry period of weather, and we're not going to be seeing anything on the radar, at least for the next few days through Friday. Again, we're not seeing anything. Saturday, once again, we're not seeing anything in the weather. But Saturday night into Sunday morning, there could be some mixed precip across South Dakota, Minnesota. You can see here Saturday night into Sunday morning across southern Minnesota into eastern South Dakota, and then also out towards Rapid City and the Black Hills. And then that will be the end of that. It'll be a quick mover if that scenario pans out. Not looking at anything major. We're not looking at a major system or anything like that. And really after that, we are not seeing anything. We are going to be in a dry period of weather for the foreseeable future. We're not seeing any major systems, not seeing really much of anything. Again, the only hit that we see is Saturday night into Sunday morning. There is a chance for mixed precip across South Dakota and Minnesota, and that's about it for what we're seeing. Now, real quick, I wanted to go over this. We do have a red flag warning that is in effect for southwestern South Dakota into western Nebraska. Have a look at the map here. The area in pink, that's your red flag warning areas, and that includes Hot Springs, Custer, and Pine Ridge, and those areas in southwestern South Dakota. And then western Nebraska, North Platte, up towards Chadron and Alliance and Sidney, Nebraska, all included there in that red flag warning. Here's what it says, by the way, from the National Weather Service. Expect the combination of strong gusty winds and low humidity with warm temperatures would produce critical fire weather conditions. And this is in effect from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Mountain Time today. And this is for winds gusting 10 to 20 with gusts up to 35 miles per hour, low humidity of 15%. And again, the combo of all those things with dry ground leading to fire weather concerns. So fire burning is not recommended in these areas today. And so be on the lookout for that. I would assume as we go throughout the rest of this week, there's probably going to be more red flag warnings issued for the northern plains because of how warm and dry things are going to get. So that is going to be it for this video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. Make sure and smash that like button if you enjoyed this. Drop a comment down below. We want to hear from you guys. And also subscribe to our YouTube channel. Ring those notification bells so you don't miss any of our videos. And also check us out on Facebook, X, Instagram, and TikTok as well so you don't miss any of our content over there. And with that, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.